Facebook Live. I've never heard of this shit.
Wear a condom? We're in Fayetteville. No one gets STDs here.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
Morning, Sergeant Major.
How do you know what kind of goddamn day it is?
Beautiful morning, Sergeant Major.
Are you a fucking weatherman now?
You're listening to Sergeant's Time on WTF Nation Radio.
Break 'em off some. Yeah. Broadcasting live. Sergeant's Time. News Army WT Moments. WTF Radio. I'm your host, Ice. And my gunner. And my other host, Spanky.
Hey, y'all.
Oh, man.
It's been a week.
It's been a weird freaking week, man. This has been, like, so far the most weirdest week of... I mean... I'm just saying, it's just been weird. It's just been a weird week. Baby Ice is doing fine, thank you, appreciate it. He was having a little bit of a tummy ache and stuff like that. Wasn't doing too well, and yeah, you know, he wasn't feeling it, so he decided to, hey, I'm not feeling it. Sorry, man, I had to cut the show. So, but other than that, God, what a week. So first off, did you guys survive Facebook-topolis? Did you guys experience all of a sudden Facebook just like killing everybody off and all that and everything?
I completely missed it. I missed all the good shit.
You missed it? Oh man,
I took a nap. I needed it to, get my energy back up for
there
tonight.
Man, there were people that were upset that their cloutness was going away. Some people are just like really addicted to this stuff, man. I was like, holy shit. I mean,
I could just go on to another platform and scroll TikTok.
Right, exactly, yeah. I was like, did you there what happened when you got with the feet? I'm like, no, tell me what happened with Facebook. Well, because of this dirt. I'm like, really? That happened, huh? Wow. Shit, I don't know what to say.
But what happened? I missed it.
I don't know.
What happened?
I didn't know. I don't know. It just kind of like, it get cut out and then that was it. And people were like, well, I guess it went out. It went out.
Like I said, I completely missed it. I was sleeping. Usually when Facebook goes out, that's a trending topic on Twitter. So that's how I get all my information when I feel like I need information. But today I did not.
Right. I just like
I snoozed for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Oh, Katie said she thought she got banned, and that's what I did wake up and saw, or what I saw when I woke up was a lot of my friends had posted, "Am I in Facebook jail? Am I in Facebook jail?" Because they're all like Facebook criminals and go to Facebook jail all the time.
Facebook deviants.
I'm a good girl.
Yep.
I am not a Facebook deviant.
Oh man. No, Facebook will make you a deviant. I thought the same too. I was like, what the hell happened? But yeah, it did exactly that. People were like, hey, it kicked me off several pages and it wouldn't let me do anything. I'm like, really? That sucks. What didn't it let you do? It wouldn't let me post this. I'm like, God, that blows. I mean, what? I don't know what to say.
Like, go clean your house and come back. It'll be good. Or take a nap.
Exactly. Yeah, it's just like I didn't, I kind of feel like, hey, dude, it's okay. I don't know what else to say. Everyone had their stuff done, and they're like, hey, you need to, check your stuff. And I'm like, what, dude? What happened? So I'm just like, okay. I mean, I don't know what to do. Well, I'm sorry. You were saying about Facebook deviants. Hey, speaking of which, you see the news? Oh. I'm sorry, we posted on the page about the Navy.
Oh no, what did I miss? Because I have literally been in a coma for a week, and let me pull some shit up. What did I miss?
So apparently, this commander got relieved, right?
Oh yes.
He got a Navy commander got relieved. I'm sorry, I just thought it was
Navy commander. I know of so many commanders getting relieved lately. Okay, go on.
We're going to get to that commander in a minute. So Navy disciplines an officer for calling enlisted sailors, the enlisteds, hatchet-wielding perverts. And I about lost my shit.
Where's my hatchet?
I know. I demand that the title of deviant and perverts. Why not me? Why does the Navy get all the fun? Why does the Navy have? I did not know we were getting. I did not know that the enlisteds were commissioned with a hatchet.
Right? Or is that just a Navy thing? What the fuck did they need a hatchet for? Give me a hatchet.
Exactly. So they disciplined an officer after an investigation determined that he wrote a letter complaining about being forced to live with the enlisted soldiers that he described as deviants and perverts, and posed a risk to his family. They posed a risk to the family. And Task and Purpose obtained a copy of the letter, which is signed by Lieutenant Nathaniel Allison, Ph.D., who wrote that he had received orders to live in Yokosuka, Japan, for the next 3 years, and he was willing to pay his family to live in a hotel rather than be billeted in enlisted housing. Yes, indeed. Yes. And so the of course the typo-ridden letter, Allison alleged that the enlisted quarters were unsafe for his family due to the rampant drug use, alcoholism, sexual assaults, and other perverts. Damn, man, has he not ever been to army housing? Does he not know that?
I mean, there's like mold and stuff. I've seen.
Yeah, I mean,
seen.
Yeah. I mean, we might have or may not have seen them on the books, Facebooks. Personally had to deal with an enlisted child molester as my subordinate, he wrote, and added to that the sailors who hung out in enlisted housing were drunk and hostile, unquote. I have a good-looking family and wife and 2 daughters, ages 3 and 4. They are prime targets to be victims for these enlisted deviants activities, unquote. Well, my family, quote, my family should be in safe housing, that is, with officers, because officers are more respectful than these type of deviant activities that are incredibly rare compared to the deviant activities of enlisted being commonplace. Yes.
Like, who does he hang out with? Because I've seen all the hatchetness. That's what I'm going to call it from now.
Yeah.
From the officer side too.
All right. Well,
those motherfuckers can party. They're just usually,
officers do be hatcheting.
I mean, even like the LTs, man, they're not even college age in my opinion.
Well,
like I've seen them down on the rivers and stuff here in
Yeah.
Texas, 'cause that's what they just might take it a little
I know.
bit off.
Yeah, exactly. Allison also complained that living with enlisted soldiers meant he and his family would be isolated from other officers, and he would not want to visit them. So more so, Allison argued that if he were forced to live among the enlisted sailors, he would be duty-bound as an officer to report any instance of drug use, placing his family in danger or being retaliated against. Oh my gosh, this guy's like, we need to, oh my God, it's Jason Bourne.
I mean, if only the military has a way to figure out who's doing drugs.
I know,
Like,
if there's
they have
only
one.
a method or a process, so he would constantly have to break up brawls among the ruffians. So
he went in there without a hatchet.
he went in there.
Broke a
Yeah,
hatchet
I'm about
fight?
to say. I thought, exactly that. So a few tours ago, as he quotes, an enlisted housing unit had 2 gangs attacking each other with hatchets and other weapons, competing over drug turf. He wrote in a letter. He didn't specify where this axe-laden drug rumble happened, but a command investigation determined Allison, who was assigned to a naval hospital, Yokosuka, was the author of the letter. Regina Kowitz, spokesman for Naval Medical Forces Pacific. The command's investigation in this matter has concluded and has been adjudicated with appropriate disciplinary measures taken, unquote. Okay. Well, she also says that the command cannot release or discuss details of administrative actions for misconduct due to privacy regulations.
What privacy regulation? We post that shit up on the company bulletin board.
Right. Well,
seriously, I would like to know what privacy regulation.
Well, what
it
happened?
says.
Well, yeah. What exactly happened? So behavior is not in good keeping with good order and discipline to our Navy core values, nor does it treat others with respect and dignity. It will not be tolerated. She continues. Allison was pilloried in social media after Erica Earl of Stars and Stripes first reported of the news on this letter Monday. So, an unofficial Terminal Lance account run by a Marine veteran, cartoonist, and author Maximilian Duarte, he said, I mean, he's not wrong. I mean, I want to know where these hatchets are coming from. I want to know this hatchet thing.
Well, what's the innocent for that?
Yeah, what's the innocent from the hatchet? So he read the way he wrote the letter, he wrote it like a Civil War. Oh no, he wrote it like a Civil War. He wore.
Better get that voice going.
I gotta get that. I gotta get the music. I gotta bring. I gotta. Oh no, it's just like the Civil. Oh no, hang on. Do you know what that means, ladies and gentlemen? It's time.
Colonel Angus. Colonel Angus. That's your name for that voice.
It's time for Civil War readings. Let me pull. I didn't expect to see the Civil War thing on there. That caught me completely by surprise.
Right? Or you'd have had that button ready to go.
I'd have had it ready. I was like, wait a minute, what is going on? So I'm going to read the story according to and with the of course the of the music. So stand by. So here's what he said. He wrote. He goes. Let me see him pull it up right here. Make sure I got the right letter open because he's got the letter stuff open and stuff like that. Here we go. Good morning, housing professionals. I reached out to my commander about this huge issue trying to force me to live with the enlisted. You will likely hear from them soon. Several officers just told us that there are 2 townhomes available right now where they live on 4th Avenue in Vandergrift and also Sakura Heights. My family and I have orders for 3 years here in Yokosuka and will likely be extended to 4, as this has happened in my last officers in my position before me. I have had valid objections to living in a building of almost all of enlisteds. Even my lower enlisted being an officer, I am prepared to pay for a hotel for my family. Oh my god. This freaking Okay, so he wrote that letter, no shit. And it's like almost a page and a half, so I'm not even gonna go into that. But it's just funny that he would even proposes that he doesn't like enlisted so much, so he don't like the enlisteds.
Oh my god, is there even like really like separate enlisted and officer housing anymore, except for like the seniors?
That's what I'm saying. That's about it. But
Because
they're
I
pretty
don't
much
think
building
there
it together. I know overseas there isn't. I
Right.
lived overseas when I lived in family housing before, and I lived across from a captain. And
Yeah, like my last assignment that I lived in housing was in Campbell, and there were officers and senior NCOs and a handful even lower enlisted in that housing area, and there's usually, at the handicap accessible ones, and they needed bigger houses for whatever reason. But yeah, it was mostly, senior NCOs and officers. So
right,
but it wasn't like segregated by any means. So
yeah, I don't recall it being segregated either. So just kind of
I do remember growing up with it being very segregated, like living in housing as a kid.
Right.
So he would, need to go back in time, and then maybe he could, be kept away from all of those enlisteds.
From the enlisteds,
hatchet-wielding.
the hatchet-wielding enlisteds. Just the way he did that. He just talked about the enlisted, like it. In the Navy though, it's usually pretty. I don't know the Navy has it pretty down on lock once you hit Sergeant First, or would it be E7? Once you become a chief, that they're pretty much like it's I don't know. They have it pretty squared away, and they're really quick to fire people in the Navy. So that's what trips me out. Is like I don't recall, or at least we've not seen on any of the military's websites or the wires of enlisteds hatcheting up people with drug wars. I mean, I've not seen.
I've missed it.
I've not seen that.
I've been a hood forever.
Right.
If that was going down,
if they,
here.
Yeah, it would jump across the Fort Hood lines and it would be So I really don't. I'm just kind of like I don't see where this is happening, and how come you guys did this, or you know what I mean? It just kind of doesn't really make sense on the where would he have gotten this from? What I mean, he's a damn dog. He's a shrink too.
Oh man.
So
that makes it worse.
Yeah. So he's just. It's kind of like. I'm just wondering if he. What experience did he had? And I'm also kind of curious too. What was the Like, what was the incident? What was his issues? What was his? What was it that happened? What else that happened to have this big enlisted controversy? You know what I mean? What was the?
Like, who hurt you, dude?
Right. Exactly. Who was the one that hurt his feelings? That's pretty crazy.
No, it must have been like his wife or something must have had previously dated an enlisted that had a hatchet in his house. That's got to be it.
Had to have been. I just had to have been the one of those things to where like, yeah, you know, he kind of did that, and but then again, like I said, it's, you know, it's important. This guy wrote a thing that had to do with safety, support, integrity. I mean, it was literally one of those biggest. He even had a he even said that having the housing assignment is the cutting support of my family needs during overseas assignments with COVID. My kids need to make friends.
Oh no, you're right. Like when I was overseas, like literally my next door neighbor was a captain, and I was still a staff sergeant then. So you know, I don't know what they do with Navy people.
Yeah, see, that's another thing too. It's Navy. I mean, I don't know. Maybe we're kind of out of our league here talking about Navy stuff. Maybe we need to have U.S. Navy WTF moments. Give us a call and ask us what's up with this thing. And then, of course, you know, his last statement was, as a naval officer, which of course that's the standard. As a veteran, as a naval officer, as an enlisted, you know what? Add your as a to the blank. He says he has integrity.
Integrity Farms.
Integrity Farms. I love it. Integrity Farms. What the fuck? What? It's like Integrity Farms.
Sorry.
It's where you go farm that fucking integrity. we need to go find some integrity. Spanky, where'd you go today? I went to go pick up some fucking integrity. Did you go to Integrity Farms? Man, you got a big bushel of fucking loyalty and personal courage. Holy shit. Selling that shit by the bundles. Oh my God. I was going to get a question here. Why is an officer treated better than enlisteds? This should be a question that we should be asking. Why not? I don't know. Why do they? I don't know why they don't. I don't know why they're separating us. Everyone's saying, what's this right here? This treating us, separating us like we're lower class. Well, we're enlisteds.
We are.
We are the enlisteds. He even says that.
Ease.
Yeah,
Ease.
with the heathens.
Scary ease.
Yeah, we're all we do is we're in the fields picking integrity at Integrity Farms. Sorry, you just said Integrity Farms.
I started it with integrity. I know.
Integrity Farms. I'm sorry, I couldn't. Well, he also says too that as an officer, of course, because he's like always throwing that as an officer, as a naval officer.
Like we didn't get that the first
like,
3 times.
We didn't get the big thing when you said, "Hey, call me doctor," because I'm a PhD as an officer. He said that he cannot, as an officer, I cannot fraternize with the enlisted. Well, dude, don't fraternize with them. There are laws against that. You ain't supposed to be fraternizing with them. I just think it's funny. This guy's got a little bit of a weak will. You know what I mean? Forcing an officer.
Someone needs to help him. I probably out the door.
Yeah.
To get away from all of the military. That is way too, I don't know, rough for his family.
I want to know what the Navy did.
I know, and that's my question. Like, why is that a big privacy issue?
Yeah, I want to know. I want to know what he did, because Tina says we need to start hatchet inspections to ensure the equipment's up to snuff. That's right. We cannot have unsharpened hatchets. We need to have sharpened hatchets,
not.
and we need to find out where this deviant SOP. We need to go at the Integrity Farm Center of Excellence. As an officer. And also he says, forcing an officer to live in a large apartment building with the enlisted is unethical. I can't believe it. I mean, I'm also prepared to pay for housing if the whole tour, if I have to. Please help me find housing that's acceptable for my family so we can be safe, supported, and maintain our integrity. Very respectfully, Lieutenant Nathaniel Allison, PhD of Excellence.
I wonder what his PhD is in.
Adorable. So adorable. I like when LTs. Aw, more lieutenants. Oh, wait a minute. Lieutenant of the Navy's a captain.
That's right, they are. Again, you got me all confused with the lieutenants, but still, I mean, that's still like a baby officer.
That's
just
a lieutenant,
a toddler officer.
Right. It's like yeah. So that's yeah, exactly. There you go. So it's a captain. So if a captain in the Navy is different from a captain in the Army. So a captain in the
right, because a captain in the Navy is like a colonel.
Correct.
In the Army, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. So it's like it's an 06. So a captain in the U.S. Army is an 03. A lieutenant in the Army, I mean in the Navy is an 03. So they're both the same. So really when he's writing LT on there, he's really saying he's like a captain. So he's like a company grade. He's a company grade officer, and he's like equivalent to an Army captain that's crying because he's got a PhD, and he works at he's a doctor. I mean, come on, he's a doctor.
I know. Like he should definitely not be around other lieutenants or captains that are not doctors.
Yeah,
that only have like bachelor's degrees.
Yeah, exactly. Oh no. Oh my gosh, I know.
Because there's too many enlisted with just bachelor's degrees. And stuff,
you can never know exactly. He can't be cavorting around with the ensigns either, because the ensigns only have.
Yeah, I'm like, I really want to know, and I would like, and I'm going to email that the person that gave the statement.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to email her. I'm like, what privacy law says that you can't say what his punishment was? Because there ain't one that says that what you can't, like, we do it all the time. You post like the Phantom Warrior legal thing that says exactly who's been court-martialed or who got Article 15s. It's all over Facebook, like, or especially Korea. They were bad with it too. Like, that all gets published. Don't think it goes with names unless they're like actually convicted with a court-martial. Though, so maybe there's something. I have a question. Like, what did y'all do?
Yeah,
I'm being scared of us hatchet wielding enlisted. I've got the fucking hatchet. I'd rather have a machete.
I don't know. Hatchet's pretty durable, though. I mean, you can chop some shit with a hatchet. But I'm just thinking about what got him to that. What got old PhD Captain LT to get so butthurt? What was the, as a doctor he needed to be enlisted block? Yeah, exactly. From those recently hatcheted fight. Yeah, he's Tina's on a roll with them hatcheteds.
Like I said, no idea what would have set that dude off.
I'm just looking. Everyone's like talking about the hatchet shit.
I know. I'm just catching up on comments too, y'all. Sorry, I'm in a couple rooms and trying to watch them all.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So again, I don't know.
I hope he got moved.
I hope so
away
too.
From everybody that was trying to kill him and his family, like Lizzie Borden or whoever used that hatchet murder.
Exactly.
Thing.
Everyone's trying to wipe him out. So speaking of, now this is serious stuff.
Okay.
Now we're talking about serious stuff. I guess there's another Fort Hood commander. That Fort Hood commander that got relieved, he was suspended originally, and now he's relieved. So it was Colonel Michael Schoenfeld, the commander of the 1st Armored Brigade, First Armored Brigade Combat Team, 1st Cavalry Division, has been relieved of his duties effective immediately because he lost trust and confidence of his ability to command, Fort Hood officials said in a news release today. So now let's you and I talked about this. Let's go back and forth on this. What is considered to be relievable? I mean, what have we gotten so sensitive to make sure that everyone's being answered to outcry to the point that now anything that happens with a commander, it's an automatic fragging, it's an automatic, what I mean? What are the lines? I mean, because there's some things that happen that we get sent in the inbox and we just say, hey, it's not illegal. He's just an asshole. You know what I mean? So what was your take on it? I am reading
for this because I just pulled it up and I'm sending it to you now. The original Stripes article, when he got when he was just like put under investigation, he got relieved now. But that's what I'm trying to read now because that article had a lot more details, exactly what he was being accused of. And like, and this one came out of Stuttgart, Germany, because they were deployed over in Europe,
right?
So yeah, I just found that article, and it was under investigation after allegations of toxic leadership and violating coronavirus quarantine rules, even as hundreds of his troops contacted the illness soon after his unit's arrival in Germany for a 9-month mission. So. did give a little more detail. Like one brigade officer said, under the condition of anonymity for fear of retaliation, this is the worst I've ever been treated. That's the bottom line. I dealt with some hard leaders before, but this was toxic through and through. And I know there was a little bit more. Like I said, it's a pretty long article, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. Here we go. For example, a black major was called Left Eye, from TLC,
right,
for chasing waterfalls, ideas that he felt were unrealistic. A Hispanic female shooter was always referred to as Honey Jack. When I heard that, I looked at her expression. She looked uncomfortable, but she was willing to go along with it. This other brigade officer said he never addressed white male officers with those sort of nicknames. So it does have, not all the details.
Right. No, that right there, I can see where there was an environment, like you were saying, to where it could lead. I can see that. I can definitely see where that's a situation where he can go, hey, yeah, that's that's an iffy thing. That's iffy.
Yeah, and that's just what was published.
Right, but I'm talking about the whole freaking the whole freaking what you use the coronavirus thing. I don't understand. Does he really? Does he really? I mean, does he really need to go? Does he really need to get charged with the coronavirus stuff? Because we've seen so many command. Now the other stuff, I'm not excusing that at all. But some of the things that some of the commands have done in the rest during the rest of the Army's been doing, you've not seen that as used as an excuse to relieve somebody. I've not seen anybody he got relieved because of this, got relieved because of that, and then he got suspended because of this, and he fucked up the COVID rules, which is. We've seen fucking in the inbox that people are like, hey, that they've kind of messed up. You know what I mean? But on the COVID stuff, but they've never gotten busted. Does that make sense? You know what I mean?
Yes, but this, according to this article, it's not. He stayed in the hotel and was not with the rest of the brigade, which is BS. He had some special privileges, and he was out and about when he shouldn't have been, said a brigade officer. When he does things like that, doesn't hear the guidance, he has to answer for that. Like he was opting to stay in a garrison hotel instead while making trips in and out of the restricted movement area. So it was him, according to this officer, that was, not quarantining and not doing what he was supposed to do. And damn well he'd have busted any of his soldiers.
Right. Right,
like going to a bar off post, or something
right, exactly,
like that, shouldn't have been doing.
And that's what I'm talking about too. How many people have we seen? How many times have we seen people not get busted?
Right. So if he's actually getting busted for this, let's even take out all the, toxic things he supposedly said, or slurs, or singling people out and calling them left eye or shit like that. Let's take all of that out. In my opinion, if they had rules that you can't go to these, your arm restriction of movement and blah, 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 and he didn't follow that, I would say, where did he go? And just like said, then fuck that. No, he should not be a goddamn commander. If he's going to do something, then he'd give one of his soldiers an R-15.
Right. Yeah. Again, I'm not defending that. I'm just wondering if if everyone else, I'm just curious to know if he did that. Did
well, that's just it. All of that came from the original article a few months ago when he first got put under investigation. They haven't, maybe it's those same privacy concerns or whatever.
Yeah.
That is, but they obviously found something. If they put him under investigation, now he's officially relieved.
Right.
And I'm sure it's not just, it's a brigade commander. They're pretty good at hiding shit if they want to. Exactly. It's not like Joe.
Well, yeah, Joe isn't really good at doing.
You see Joe at Burger King when that's where, you're not supposed to be there. Fuck, he's out.
He's in and out. Yeah, Joe. No, you're right. That's a good point. Now, again, I'm just wondering, what he did. What was his flouting of the rules? And what was his, did he really do this? Did he really? I'm just like, I don't know. I mean, of course, giving individuals nicknames and shit like that's not cool. I think he was just doing that, just trying to be cool, and didn't realize he's fucking up by saying that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I could totally see that.
And I don't even think that right there would, just the nicknames, especially if, they're iffy, but I don't think they'd have totally relieved him for that. Just tell him, hey, don't fucking do that no more. That's stupid. but I can't see him getting relieved for some nicknames that were, inappropriate, but not downright, degrading or anything like that.
Right.
Like, just fix it. That's something, fix it. But again, I think if those other allegations are what he got relieved for, like, probably going to a damn bar off post, and well, he's already staying in a hotel instead of like with his guys.
Right.
But which is that's not nice, but I don't think that'd be relievable. So it probably, like I said, just my opinion, has something to do with those areas he was going in and out of.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird for me to see that. You know what I mean? Just everyone else is getting busted. Everyone else is not getting busted. I don't know. We talked about this before about commanders going nuts on the COVID shit. You either slam the soldiers for violating COVID, or you slam the commanders for violating COVID. So that means, here's the thing then. Okay. And of course, we're totally in agreement with the other stuff, but on the COVID then that means every single soldier that got slammed for that means their commanders need to get slammed for it too. If they're slamming him for it, then it's time for him to get slammed too, if that makes any sense when it comes to that. In other words, right now, soldiers have been getting slammed left and right for violating COVID. They've been getting busted left and right for what they've been doing, seeing off posts and all that, or even contracting the disease. So, and this is the first commander that we've seen. Well, then fuck it. Let's keep the trail going. Let's keep... let's keep lining them up.
Well, like Korea was the first one to go all lockdown with the corona, and they were equal across the board. At least what we saw coming out,
right?
From 8th Army and all the Korea people. Like they put out those lists like daily, like who got busted, and DA, civilians, officers, enlisted, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah,
so,
you're right.
I mean, they were just very transparent about it. So I don't think, obviously this is a big deal because it's a brigade level commander. So, it's going to get like noticed.
Yeah, I want to see.
Like if it was just like a company XO or something, they might have gotten in trouble. We'll never hear about it.
Right.
Their soldiers will probably know, but that's about it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. I want to see more people get busted. If you're going to bust, if you were going to bust a commander, and you're gonna, you know what I mean, you're busting all that, then let's bust them all.
I just want to see them lift the restrictions on Hood to get everybody out of my backyard, and I can go to all my like lakes and trails that are close to Hood, but they are all so packed because the soldiers can't go far.
Right. So
everybody's just doing what they can around here.
And
now everything's crowded.
Open them all up. Yeah. Open them all up, dude.
Let's go to Canyon Lake.
Yeah. I'm telling you, open them all up. Yeah. I mean, do we kind of? I mean, I don't want to sit there. Everyone's going to get all pissed off saying that we don't give a fuck about the COVID shit. But
no, that's not it.
Yeah, it's just you're either going to take it seriously or not. You're either going to not. That's the whole thing that pisses me off is that we have gone back and forth on this thing, and or we are going to open this stuff up or not, or we're not going to have it. So let's just fucking say fuck it. Everyone else, you open it up, and there you go. You're done. You know what I mean?
Or the one thing, okay, like I'll make like this. Hood has still put certain counties in Texas off limits, like Bexar, Travis, where all the big cities are. And I don't think they should be like putting the counties off limits because, again, a lot of people are at Hood and have family all over the place. They're not necessarily in the city. Like there's some rural parts of this county. Like I think they should put, if they want to like do what they're trying to do, which is keep the soldiers out of the big cities, is put the big cities off limits, not the entire county. Like Travis County is rural except for Austin, Bexar County, same thing except for San Antonio. I don't know. Hell, even if you just say Bell County, you got Killeen, Hood, and then a whole bunch of farm. So I don't know. I think they should narrow that down, and it would allow them to go to like all of these other lakes. Like,
well, I remember when it first started off, it was first social distancing.
Yeah. Then you had to stay at your fucking house.
And then you stay at your fucking house. And then you wore a mask. And then now it's now saying that, okay, well, as long as you maintain social distancing, then if you got the Rona, then you're done. then you were quarantined. Or if you had the symptoms, then you were told to go get take tests. Well, now we're finding out that units are not letting their soldiers go take tests because they don't want, are afraid that they don't want to have to fucking quarantine an entire organization due to COVID because they don't want that. So what they're doing is that when a soldier's gets infected, then they slam that soldier for getting infected. Meanwhile, there's commanders out there. We've seen pictures of this already in restaurants and stuff around major installations doing their shit with and without masks. So again, I want to see. I want to see that we just change the fucking just drop. Just hey, look, I don't give a shit. You know, wear your fucking mask in places you're supposed to wear a mask. If you're not wearing a mask, then if you get COVID, then whatever. Because if it's already done, because nobody now they're saying if you get a vaccine, if you get vaccinated, now you could be like, I don't know, even if you've never gotten it, even if you're not in danger of catching it or you didn't catch it or whatever, now you got to get vaccinated. So now if you get vaccinated, then that means now you can really go up and do stuff. And I'm thinking, but why now they're making their mind. Now you can get vaccinated and now you have to wear a mask. Like, what the hell's going on, dude?
Who knows? I do know that there was a lot of people up in arms, and I got a couple messages about this too, because Hood has policy, because Governor Abbott opened up Texas basically, and I'm going to tell you now. Okay, so that meant the only thing I see is that the restaurants and stuff are fuller and everything, but everybody's still wearing a mask, like in and out. Even at the bars, like until they get to like their area, they're usually wearing a mask in. But I did go to a concert and there wasn't a mask in sight, but I paid for lawn seats, so I wouldn't be near anybody. But what Hood did was they said that, if the soldiers are vaccinated, it's just like normal old leaf things. It's the company commander that signs off on the stuff. If they're not, it goes up to the brigade or battalion level for that commander to approve it. It has to be 05. That approves a soldier's leave if they're not vaccinated. I don't know why. I'm just like, so that company commander can't make that same decision and say, no, I don't want you going on leave because you're going on leave to Houston.
Right.
So I don't know why it has to be the 05.
But I don't understand why. But my point being is that if we're going by states and we're supposed to be following what the state says, then fine. Then if the state says no mass restriction and it's unrestricted travel and everything's open, then the commander should be able to say, you're open. You know what I mean? We go back.
I guess they could, but like I said, that's when the 3 Corps came out and put out, no, we're not open. You are still, soldiers, you still have to wear a mask. You still have to do this, so I don't know why, but that's just what 3 Corps' response was or I said General Abbott, like he's Governor Abbott.
Governor, my dearest. No, I don't think that the at this point it's people need to have their minds made up on which route they're going to go for this enforcement for COVID, because it seemed that way, that it was real quick, that all of a sudden we were okay, and now we're not okay, and now we're good to go, and now we're not good to go, if that makes any sense.
Well, I mean, and it's mentioned that vaccines are not 100%. No, none of them are. Even like the old-timey ones that we've been taking since we were kids. But I really just think as soon as the FDA says, one of those vaccines is actually approved and not emergency approved, then it's going to be mandatory for soldiers to get it, just like any other shot that it's mandatory for us to get. And then the Army can stop flipping their shit with COVID because all the soldiers will be vaccinated. And they'll be vaccinated when they get to basic, so all the new ones will already have the vaccine. And then maybe they can, stop flipping shit over, someone eating in a restaurant. Or I think it's been really bad in El Paso area, more so than here, but I don't know. Just everybody flips their shit over everything. But bottom line is that Colonel should have got his ass, hemmed up if he's not following the rules that everybody else has to follow.
He should have. I mean, yeah, but and the other stuff, he got really in that. I guess there was him calling those girls, those women soldiers names, and then calling that one dude a name. I could see that. I just think that we've gotten a little. I'll be honest with you. I think we're all like pandemic tired. You know what I mean?
I said, I took my ass to a concert. That's the one thing I have missed. I haven't missed anything else during this whole. panorama, except for live music.
So with that though, when you did that, did you at all did you did you have any testing? Did you had anybody testing?
Sorry.
Well, here are you coughing. No, I'm fine, nice, I'm good. How are you?
That's why I was sick all week. No, I did not. Like I said, we got there early. We paid for lawn seating, which it's not crowded. They only allow so many people bring, folding chairs and stuff in that area. So we got there early, and they have where you can, their own porta potties back there and their own little bar.
Right.
So I don't have to be around. We weren't crowded at all. And when we left, we wore a mask in our Uber home. So.
Okay.
I didn't feel unsafe.
Do you think it was good enough though? I mean, I don't know. It just.
I don't know. Like the only thing, like this concert had already been planned with lower capacity before Abbott said that people can go back up.
Right.
But it was outdoors, and like I said, I just didn't feel like it was an issue, and I wanted to see some live music, and it was awesome. It was awesome because it'd been so long. I could have just went up there and watched the kids band played, and I'd have been excited.
Right.
It was great. So yeah, I felt like they still had like hand sanitizer stuff everywhere, and nobody's touching people that they shouldn't be touching. Everybody's kind of like in their little groups.
Mm-hmm.
So it was fine.
Okay, I was just
Like I said, I have been sick all week, but I don't think it's the Rona.
No, I didn't think it was. I just, I just didn't think that it was. I don't know. I just didn't think that it was a. I don't know. It's just, how does it? I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm fucking. How do I say this? I don't want to, because here's the thing. I don't want to break down everything that has had anybody, or disrespect anybody who's had people die of the vid. You know what I mean? Not. So it's hard for me to sit there now, and now that's been already. We're in month fifth. We're in the 15th month. What was it 16th month? We were doing a count, but we stopped after 13. I think it was. We were in like the 15th month of this, and we didn't think that it was going to not only last this long, but we didn't think all the ass pain and stupidity to freaking, I don't know, to make it a mess. Does that make sense? I mean,
yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. I think, like I said, a lot of people are getting vaccinated. A lot of people have already had it. Yes, people are still getting it, but I'd get the robocalls like every time someone would get it in a certain area. I'm only getting those maybe once a week now. So a lot less people are getting it and passing it around, at least in this area.
Yeah.
So, and I said, I'm sure that comes from a lot of things. People are washing their hands. Like, dirty motherfuckers weren't washing them before. That's why y'all got sick. Getting, colds every 3 days.
Oh man.
Yeah, like I said, I do think that everything is starting to work. Like the vaccines, the people already having immunity, and it'll eventually just be another probably yearly thing like the flu. I don't think it's ever going to go away.
Okay.
Because that's why you're talking about this strain and that strain, and like I said, I barely pay attention to it anymore because it just, what am I going to do? I'm already doing everything I can do.
Right.
So, I don't care. I haven't cared about the news all week though. So
no, yeah, I just same here. I just kind of like
I don't know what's going on in the world.
It's just, again, I was just kind of curious. I was like, so what are we? Are we doing this? Are we doing that? Or what's going on? I just it just seemed like it was kind of odd. It just really became one of those fucking things where I'm just kind of like not pushing it, but pushing it. If that makes any sense, I'm just kind of like. Do we now? Everyone's out. I'll be honest with you, and as I said before, I maintain my social distance. I wear the mask when I'm in a company or area that requires me to wear the mask.
Right.
And then I wash my hands. I mean, I wash my hands anyways. You know what I mean? So it's like I'll go to a place that frequents, and they say, hey, you need to wear a mask. And when you enter this room, like Georgia, you don't have to wear a mask. It's kind of like open. I just walk in, and there you go. People look at me kind of weird, and I don't give a shit. Some of the other places that I visit, like Virginia. it was kind of like I got a little bit of a stink eye when I didn't wear a mask, but then another place they were like they gave me the nod when I wore a mask. It was kind of like odd because when in Virginia I was kind of like, what am I? People are gonna hit me up, and then
I will say even today, like there's places here in Texas that are still mandatory because they're private businesses or
Right.
they're on post and they can say you still have to wear one. Like I went to the commissary today, and I have my mask on because it's on post. I know this, and this guy I actually know from work walked in. I'm like, hey, how you doing? He's like, he just looked at me and he freaked out. He's like, oh my God, I forgot my mask. And he like dropped his, like he only had like 2 things in his hand, dropped it and then ran outside. And then like some places, like some of the gas stations here, it just says you're encouraged to wear one. You don't
Right.
have to. And they're not going to kick you out or anything. On post they will. But they're not going to kick you out or anything. And then like the post office did say it's required. So I guess, it just depends. Like, I see lots of people without them in Walmart here now, so I guess Walmart doesn't care.
right.
But Target does.
Yeah.
So,
See.
like I said, if I'm out in them stores, I'm going to wear it just because it covers up half my face. It puts some sunglasses on, nobody knows it's me.
Yeah. See again.
And hide.
Yeah. Exactly. Again, that's I just kind of get that look, and someone looks at me and says, "Hey, what are you on?" To the Fort Benning area, they're like, I don't want to really give a shit. When I was visiting Cyber, they didn't really. They were kind of like, maybe, I don't know. Virginia, there was one place that gave me the stink eye, so I'm kind of like, all right, I think I'll kind of like, I don't know, just kind of chill and see what happens, and then, another place that I went to didn't give a shit. They're like, they looked at me like I was funny. It looked like I was walking in with a unicorn, with the calf mask, the guy with the horse head. That's what people look at me like when I walk in with the mask, and they're like, why are you wearing a mask? I'm like, oh, you don't have to wear a mask here? Well, you no. I'm like, well, then no. And so I took my mask off, and I'm like, well, we'll all get Rona together. And everyone started laughing, So it's kind of like, the freaking, I don't know. It just seemed freaking weird that everyone was getting the ass about it. It's like, I don't want to piss people off, especially if it's their business. Because some people have their businesses that they feel that they're going to get in trouble or they're going to have some sort of liability to it. And I don't want to disrespect their business when it comes to something like that as well. So
No, absolutely not. If it's their business, I'm going to do what they want me to do.
yeah, exactly. There's one place that says you need to wear a mask when you're in this, and this, and this. I'm like, Roger that, 3 bags full. Then they want to know what 3 bags full means. So then I'm like, yeah, there you go. Then that's just, I don't even know what that means. So I'm just sitting here helping, making sure your business is good. And I'm like, okay, well, thank you very much. Well, then thank you very much. Well, then thank you. All right, I'll have 4 of these and 5 of just, I don't know. It's just really weird that we have taken a lot of the I don't know. We just gotten tired. We've gotten. Like I said before, we've said this before plenty, that the pandemic really revealed a lot of individuals for who they truly are and how they acted and how they're being. And now you're seeing that, navigate their fucking personal feelings for people who don't want to wear a mask and people who do want to wear a mask. And I'm like, God, man, and now the new hotness is posting your Vax cards. If you got the VidVax.
Oh my God, yes.
That's the new fucking hotness, man. You got to post your fucking Vax cards, and then there you go. And you're like, oh man, you gotta post them. Everyone's gotta like, whoa, post a mask. You're like, oh my God.
I don't know. I like the mask now just because, like I said, I was like, it covers up half my face. If I put some sunglasses and a hood here, nobody knows it's me. And I found really cute ones, so got unicorns and butterflies and all sorts of.
Oh well, see, that's what I'm saying. Baby Ice has got some masks too, but he'll look at, and then he's freaking 5. You know how hard it is to keep a mask on a little kid.
I know.
He will.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah, he runs around, and next thing you know, I see it flying off of his face, and then it's dangling off his ear. Then it's on the ground, and then you're like, yeah, okay. But anyways, hey, so we're gonna take a quick break, right quick, because we got to go over some stuff. We're gonna have a discussion about in the next portion of Sergeant's Time, because some places where we're broadcasting right now has some bad weather, some weather coming up, and so we want to hurry up and get this out because we're gonna be talking about an event that's happening, and I'm gonna leak a little bit of information, and then you guys are gonna start seeing a lot of you guys are gonna see some other stuff here. Yeah, I tried Gary. I tried to get him a Vader mask, but all he did was tell me to put it on me because there's only 2 roles that I play in the house, and that's Darth Vader or Santa Claus. So, but anyways, let me take off here so we can go recharge some stuff, recharge our glasses, and then we'll be right back so everyone get some shots.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
sirens are going off. Another rocket attack. I've got my boots and got my ammo in my 50-pound sack. Boys headed to war in this world unknown. The only peace of mind I've got are these letters from home. Another day has come and attack. I've tried to talk and tell you about it, but it ain't the same. All these thoughts that run through my head, well, they can't be tamed. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here in Kandahar. Another day has come and gone. Another night I'm all alone. I didn't think I'd be this far out here. We ain't far from Kandahar. Something that I've never said before. Went down south of the border. Now life, it's got a little harder for me. I fell in love with some girl. She told me that she was gonna rock my world. Now I'm stuck here with no money. Don't that just sound a little funny for you? Well, her name was Maria. She told me she was always by my side. Went home one evening. She was with another man. He tried to run and hide. I pulled out my 45. I told them that I was gonna take their lives. Now I'm stuck here on the run. I don't know the animal I have become, so won't you save me? Save me! Won't you save me? Save me! Won't you save me? Save me! Won't you please put me out of my little misery? Well, I know life is short. Mom, you know I always try to do my best. Should've listened when you told me I wouldn't be caught in this mess. Gotta go now, Dad, I'm sorry. Everybody, all y'all need to know this is life, a true story. When you chase ass down in Mexico, save me, save me. Won't you save me, save me, save me, save me. Won't you please put me out of my little misery? Won't you save me, save me? Won't you save me, save me? Won't you save me, save me? Won't you please put me out of my little misery?
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
And we're back. Yeah. Part 2 of Sergeant's Time. Just chilling, laid back, just giving you guys all the Army news and updates with my gunner in the gunner seat, Spanky. And
I'm still here.
And welcome to Sergeant's Time. But anyways, hey, real quick, wanted to talk to you guys and gals about what we got going on for Memorial Day. Now, last year, I rarely ever do a Memorial Day show. I just kind of post some stuff and do whatever. But Cause last year had said, hey, it'd be pretty cool if we did Memorial Day. And he and I talked, which, by the way, Cause is on a break because his work schedule's up. I don't know if you guys don't know. He is in the defense industry, so he does stuff that requires specific hard times, and he's got to hit those times, and he's got to bust his ass to knock them out. So he obviously misses being on the mic. Hanging out and chatting with you guys and gals too. So it's not like he's just dissing us and he's up and out. So he's not forgotten. So last year he talked to me about, convinced me to do a Memorial Day show, which I thought was a good idea. Freaking good idea, and I was kind of iffy about it, but then the next thing you know, the feedback that we got to the station, the inbox for Spanky and Mom was like there was appreciation for it because we weren't gloomy about it. We were celebrating life, which brings us to this thing that we're going to announce. This Memorial Day, we're going to have a little bit bigger of an event. This Memorial Day is going to be a Memorial Day, I would say, it's going to be like a 4 or 5 day celebration of life. We're going to have, starting on Wednesday, we're going to release a limited release of a movie that you'll start seeing adverts for. And the name of the movie is called Last Out. We're going to be the first to premiere it on a venue like this. And it's with a friend of mine, Scott Mann, who is a retired Green Beret, Lieutenant Colonel Green Beret, and he basically does a play that talks about, and I don't want to get too much into it because it's like ruining the movie. But it's a play that turned into a movie. Kind of think about it like Hamilton, how Hamilton was a play and then they made it into a movie. It's the same thing. So on Wednesday, that's going to be on the 26th. That's going to be the first that's going to kick off. It's going to be a live showing. Scott and the crew are going to be in the chat so you guys and gals could watch it. So it's going to be at 2000 Eastern Standard Time. You're going to see some promotions, and you're going to see prior to that to remind you guys. But it's going to be pretty important. This is going to be a movie release. So if you're going to sit down and grab some popcorn, make this a date night, make this a learning night for your soldiers, for NCOPD, LPD, watch this event. You will learn, as I've seen the event myself, and we have been asked by Scott to promote this. We have been asked by Scott to be involved in the marketing and promotion for it. So I, of course, the whole team actually were like, yeah, we'll jump in on this. So U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio will be part of this premiere on the 26th of May. That is going to kick off the concert series that we're going to have. We're going to call it the Celebration of Life Concert Series. And so from the 26th of May, and then we're going to have a Sergeant's Time show, and then we're going to have a Friday concert, and then we're going to have a Saturday concert with two bands. What are the two bands we just got? Who were they? Who are the ones we just got?
Once Revealed and Another Round.
Another Round, yeah. And they have been on the show before, to Shoot the Breeze before. On the 31st is going to be the Memorial Day show, and of course the Bayou Bandits. They're our Memorial Day band. They did a concert for us last year for Memorial Day, and they're going to do another one for us. So we're going to have 3 mini concerts on WTF Moments from the 28th, the 29th, and then on the 31st. Then we're going to do a Memorial Day show, and then on that Tuesday, June 1st, with Pop Culture Warrior, CQ is going to speak to Scott Mann. He's going to talk to the guy who created Last Out, and so again, I've decided to kind of peel back the curtain a little bit to let you guys know what we're working on. But you're going to see probably within the next few days some advertising, some promotions, some really great stuff that we're working with these individuals, and it is, whew, man, it's powerful. If you've not seen it, I showed it to the team, and everybody was it was appreciative. And so pay attention, because when this comes out, it's going to be just a flurry of activity from Wednesday the 26th until 1 June. There's just going to be a bunch of events happening, to include shows, to include mini concerts. You might see another mini movie, some documentaries, some stuff being played on U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio during the day, and then of course whatever's being shown at night. So what's going to be shown on the night is going to be the concerts, and then again, a Memorial Day concert, and then at night it's going to be Sergeant's the Monday edition, and then Tuesday is going to be Pop Culture Warrior 1 June. So we're amped, we're pumped. I guess it's all Cause's fault.
Yeah, blame Cause. You made me do all this work. Reach out to these guys. We want to do a concert.
Right, exactly. So
They're
exactly.
super excited.
Yeah, we're super excited too. So
yeah.
So these are those are some of the events we're doing. I wanted to pitch that out real quick to let you guys know that, you know, there's going to be a little bit of a lull with showing and stuff like that in May, because then after, we're looking probably, maybe between, I don't know, maybe I'm looking at the calendar right now. So in between the 15th and the 21st of May is going to be kind of quiet, because we're going to be setting up for this concert event and doing a lot of meetings and a lot of work and stuff. So once everything kicks off for the showing of Last Out on the 26th, which is going to be WTF Nation Movie Night, on the 26th, that's a Wednesday. So Wednesday, the 26th at 2000, it is going to be a live showing of this movie. So you guys can grab some popcorn, chill out and watch it, and, you know, put the kids to sleep. And then there you go. And then the whole thing. So, but with that, we also have more guests. I mean, the guests just are flying like crazy. I mean, we got on Tuesday, the 13th, we have Matt Damaris, who is the he's going to be on to talk about his podcast, Hustle and Brews. So we're reaching out with other podcasters and other veteran podcasters, so we can get to know the community, to know who's out there, so we can shoot the breeze, and to kind of boost them a little bit and give them a little bit more outreach, so that way they have a promotion for themselves with us. So if there's anything they want to put out and they got some swag, we have to give up some swag, and we still got what's the weapons locker look like? It's been getting packed, isn't it?
Oh, I have a few things.
Yeah.
Yes, lots of books, couple T-shirts, little fuck it button. That's what I call it. Sorry.
The fuck it button. Okay.
We got some stuff. Yes.
All right, the fuck it bucket. All right, that's the button. What did you say? The fuck it bucket
The
or
button.
the
It's
oh
like the
button?
easy button, but
Oh,
Veterans Trash Talk.
the fuck. Oh, that's right. Oh, okay, the veterans trash talk. Okay, I was gonna say the fuck it bucket. No, what the hell is that?
It's not the easy button.
It's not the easy. Oh, so it's the fuck it button.
That's what I called it. But yeah, it's the Veterans Trash Talk. It's their version, like a veteran version of the easy button. It pushes it and it'll tell you different things.
Yeah, Tina, don't despair. We're gonna do that show. We're gonna do that show truck. That show from a truck. Me and Spanky are planning that. Once we as a matter of fact, we just talked about that right before we went on air. To do a show from like truck ranting type thing, and then messing with, I don't want to say messing with soldiers, but online presentations of what was it, walking down Battalion Row?
We're gonna have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So gotta get here.
Yeah, exactly. We got to get all the plans together and stuff like. Yeah. So we're in the planning stage, Tina. I appreciate you thinking about us, but yeah, that's already been planning. So Matt Damaris on 13th of April on Tuesday with Pop Culture Warriors going to be talking to CQ about his nonprofit Vet and Brews. And Vet and Brews is set up where people can donate $10 to buy a veteran a brew, and a remainder of the balance goes to Operation Honor. And Operation Honor handcrafts and flag cases for burials that aren't at Arlington National Cemetery. So these guys are it's for a good cause. And then on Monday, we're gonna have another brewer. We're gonna have more brew. What is this beer? What is this beer? What is this beer month?
Mom's been all like beers.
What is this beer month?
Yeah, sure.
I mean,
They just happen to line up back to back.
WTF Nation beer month. I'm just thinking, that what's that? You need to get on. You need to get on Twitter for all the cool. I miss all the. No, you don't, Gary. You don't. No, Gary. You don't want to get on Twitter, bro. Woo, man! If there's anything of Facebook drama that I would honestly, Facebook drama pales in comparison to fucking Twitter drama. Trust me, you're like, so veteran founder, Rebel Metal brewer Mike Brown will be on to talk to me and Flash about his journey from brewery. Why can't I say that right now? I didn't drink anything tonight. I'm gonna chill tonight. From brewery.
Say that word.
I talk about his brewery and his journey leading up to opening it. There we go. I have to slow down my talk.
I gotta get that deep voice going.
How you doing? Welcome to Sword's Time. Today we're going to talk about this this brewery and his journey. His journey. Anyways, so and then on 20th of April on Tuesday with Pop Culture Warrior, Mark Baker's going to come back. And I'm going to tell you what. There's been a lot. Mark Baker's been busting his ass, doing a lot of stuff with this, with his comics, and he's doing some baller ass comic stuff. I mean, he did some of the stuff. As a matter of fact, I think CQ had a I think CQ had a story that Mark kind of posted up about the about his. He did indeed about some crazy stuff. Well, there's a comic that's coming out that he's writing exclusively, and it's about the Harlem Hellfighters. And there's not too many people that we've seen write about the Harlem Hellfighters. And his what's his name of his comics? His name of his comics is Charlie Mike. Yeah, Charlie Mike. I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry, Mark.
Private Murphy still.
Yeah, he still does Private Murphy. If you guys don't know who he is, so Private Murphy, his creator Mark Baker, that's the guy that does the Charlie Mike comic. Now, this is some badass shit. I was like, holy, this is unreal, because a lot of individuals that don't know about this is that the Harlem Hellfighters were some badasses in World War One, and I don't think I've ever seen anybody highlight it before in the way that he's done it in this graphic. And I'm just kind of like, whoa. I mean, this graphic. Now, I'm going to show you, if you guys want to, take a look at, if you want to direct your attention to the screenage here. He has a comic that's out for the Harlem. God, see, now I can't even talk. The Harlem Hellfighters.
I rub off on you. Y'all know I get
is it the brewery again? Yeah. Is it the brewery? See, there you go.
I can't speak English well.
Yeah, I can't speak English either, because English is my second language anyways. But it doesn't help when I'm like brewery. Anyways, so Charlie Mike Comics is also he's doing the Harlem Hellfighters. This is a badass story. So he's gonna get this out, and him and CQ gonna talk about it. And these are, previous Charlie Mike's comics were all about real deployments with soldiers, stories told by soldiers. This is based on the Harlem Hellfighters of World War One. If you've not read the story of the Harlem Hellfighters, holy shit, there were some badasses.
Yes, and he is considering this fiction because he's not using primary sources, obviously, because it's World War One.
Right.
Telling him the story.
Right.
So he is considering this fiction.
Yeah, he's considering this fiction because it's almost like how, well, isn't it how he writes some. Well, I think this one was like it was kind of like based on true events, but kind of given how Hollywood.
And he's not doing that whole Hollywood based on a true story thing. He's like just considering it fiction,
right?
Because he can't use primary sources for this like he can for Charlie Mike.
Yeah, exactly. So the Harlem Hellfighters, if you guys know, is the 369th Infantry Regiment, formerly known as the 15th New York National Guard Regiment, commonly referred to as the Harlem Hellfighters. So, just look it up, and you're just like, holy shit. It's pretty badass. So the next thing we're gonna have is shit. What do we got next? Shit, we got more. We got more guests. we have the 24th. We have Joshua Mariah, and he's part of the Thursday. He's gonna be on Shoot the Shit with me. Is it Joshua Maria or Maria Joshua? Did I get that right?
No, it is Joshua Maria, but I don't know if that's pronounced right.
Okay, I see him butchering his name up.
And it is spelled weird.
Okay, sorry, Joshua. I might be saying it. I'm sorry, man. You don't have to. But he's the host and creator of the SGT podcast, which features talks with real soldiers dealing with real problems through open discussion. There you go. So, this is again, this is I like this. I like when podcasters come on and shoot the shit and talk about stuff that at least is helping the veteran community out.
Absolutely. Like, we're not the only people out there running our mouths.
Right, exactly. I'm all about ensuring that everyone is out there shooting shit and spreading shit and shit posting. We all need to get involved in shit talking. And then the next guest after that is going to be on the 27th of April. It's going to be Eddie McClintock. Eddie McClintock. If you guys don't know who this guy is going to be talking about his whole career, and he's got a huge CQ, man. CQ, racking and stacking the freaking, racking and stacking these gas, man. Warehouse 13, Supergirl, Romantically Challenged, Fairly Legal, Love Bites, CSI. What is that? The freaking Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. You know what I mean? So he's got a lot of background. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's got a very impressive resume.
Very, very impressive resume. And
I had to just pick a few out.
Yeah, exactly. And he and I, me and Eddie are friends, not like in real life. So it's kind of cool that that's kind of awesome. There's a familial connection between me and Eddie, so it's kind of like cool to see him getting up on here and shooting the breeze and all this other stuff. But I cannot wait because it is one of these things. Seeing him coming up here and shooting the shit, I can't wait. We haven't had these amount of guests like this. Exactly that, D-Max. We do need an hour for house cleaning because just today because we wanted to make sure, D-Max, and to everybody else, that we wanted to make sure that we got the message of Last Out. These are going to be some tidbits of info. These are going to be some like I said, there's a double documentary, there's some mini series about it. There's been some news releases about it. So we're going to go full press on this stuff to help Scott Mann get Last Out on there because it's awesome. We're even going to have some sneak peek stuff, and we even got our friend Adam Simon involved too. So if you guys don't remember Adam Simon, he is the director, producer, screenwriter for the movie Point Blank, and then he's working on another big project for Netflix. So we're slowly coming back into what we used to. I guess you would say this was like pre-COVID activities and stuff. Because
a lot of stuff that we were trying to work is now finally
to happen. Exactly. All this stuff right here was all stuff that we were trying to work before the Rona hit. The last thing that we have that we were trying to work on, I still got it. Me and CQ are still trying to get back from the Navy on this. Was our parents, if they're going to have it for the Maverick, because they were going to launch us off of a freaking aircraft carrier.
I got a kid that can drive now, and I don't need to stay home with her. I'm down.
You want to? So that was going to be So when that all happens, like I said, hopefully the Navy will get back with us and discuss what their plans was for it, because like I said, last year was going to be a blast, man. This is all this COVID stuff is starting to wane off. And are you going to get your VidVax for this stuff? What if they say you have to? You can't.
Yeah, I will. Like I said, the area I'm in, there's so many people that need it more than me. But yes, I will get it. Right. It's like when it becomes available. So
yeah, it's gonna.
I will even say, let me just, a lot of states and a lot of places have opened up to everybody. I don't need to go to the VA for it, but the VA here is still only giving it to veterans over 50. That's how big the population is here.
Yeah, they're I heard about that too. That the VA and also, you want to make sure you get all that, you get the old timers in, then get them in.
And I have no problem with that. I'll get it when there's enough.
Right, same here. It's just sound like, hey, if you're good, you're good. All right, cool, I'm good. All right, we're good.
So if my kid hasn't brought it home to me yet, I'm sure.
What are you talking about? My kid did bring it home to me. So.
Right.
We're
I'm saying, if she hasn't brought it home to me and it hasn't taken me out yet, then I can wait let all the older generation that needs that vaccine more than me get it first. On Fort Hood, they are of course doing soldiers, but they have like opened it up to a lot more categories. But it's still those lines, and everybody is so long. I'm like, if these people think they need it more than me, I'm gonna let them go.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'll wait till it, the rush dies down.
Yeah. No, I don't. Like I said, it's been that's what I keep talking about. Again, I'm not discouraging anybody's thing. No. Everyone's talking about. There was a couple questions that what would you do? Somebody's talking about the how do you handle a soldier with not wearing a mask? What about it? If they're required to show up on post wearing a mask, and it's a requirement. It's a requirement. There you go.
Yeah.
You have general military authority.
I have to wear clothes. I have to wear, because they say I have to wear this today. I'm going to wear this
right.
today.
Right.
With a mask. Stop your bitches, soldiers. Really.
So yeah.
Bigger fights.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God, I know. There definitely is some.
Wear a fuck mask.
Wear your mask, exactly. I don't know. I'm still torn about that mask thing and that commander at Fort Hood. I mean, yeah, him getting relief for the other shit, I could see that, but it's almost like adding on to the mask bullshit, adding the mask stuff and adding the COVID crap. I almost think like Joe's kind of used that to their advantage sometimes. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm not saying the soldiers who got sick or whatever not getting sick or faking it. I'm just saying that there's like, come on, no Joes are going to be involved by saying, yeah, here we go. I'm gonna wear a mask and oh, I got infected. I guess I got infected because you didn't wear a mask. You know what I mean? Just, I don't know. Just that Joe factor.
But like I said, no, I completely agree with it because I don't think that's what he got in trouble for. I think he got in trouble for not following the rules himself. Like, doing what he wanted to when they first got to Germany.
Right.
He's supposed to be like sitting his ass in a room for 14 days.
Right. Yeah, you're supposed to be quarantined and all that. Do you think because Defender 2021's happening, that was probably the reason why? Because that exercise that's happening in Europe, it's because now they're like, oh, well, you can do this, and you better. Yeah, I'm just kind of curious. Did that exercise kind of like lead into the fact that you needed to? You know what I mean? I don't know. I just this again. We're just COVID tired. we're just tired of the Rona. Tired of the bid.
Okay. Hurry up and stick me. Wax and wax.
Exactly. You realize if you get this, you get that. Okay, just at this point, now they're just like saying, you're just gonna be like giving. Okay, fine, fuck it. It's almost like when you want to go ahead and say screw it, then screw it. You're done. What's up, Dave? You can't determine that, and that's another thing too. Is like I don't want the soldiers to get slammed because they were doing everything they were supposed to have done, and then somebody gave it to them.
I mean, like I said, probably, like if I got it, I'm sure it would be my kid bringing it home from school.
Right, exactly.
So I would not be surprised if these soldiers' kids are bringing it home from school. They could have just been like living their life in their house and never going nowhere.
Right.
And still get it.
Exactly. So next week. For the Monday edition, we're going to, and on the 12th, we're going to get into some serious discussions. Me and Flash are talking about this because we knew this was going to come up, and now it finally has, about the Second Amendment. Because there was some stuff that got released today, and this is not the show for it, but man,
it's not. I'm out.
I was about to say, man. I mean, I've gotten some heated arguments already about this, and people don't like, yeah. So
again, they will be talking about that on the Monday edition.
On the Monday edition, we're going to be talking about that. Don't forget, we have the Monday edition, Pop Culture Warrior, and of course, Sergeant's Time, Monday, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. And then, of course, if Cause he's got some time to throw a show on a Friday or a Saturday, you might see a bloop bloop, some little surprise comes up, and then there you go. We'll see what happens with that. 2000. We're on 14 different platforms. We are broadcasting live currently on 2 Facebook pages, a YouTube and a Twitch and Twitter. I see you, Twitter audience. I saw you back there earlier. And a partridge in a pear tree. brewery.
You have to take like speech therapy to learn how to say that correctly.
Brewer.
For as much beer as I like to drink, you would think I would know what a beer kitchen, how to say it.
Right, exactly. A fuck it. Yeah, exactly. Or a fuck it bucket.
Yeah.
Fuck it bucket.
I know, it's a fucking button.
Fuck it button.
Some VTT, we got some VTT listeners.
You got some VTT listeners in here. Oh, that's right.
Easy button.
Yeah, Veterans Trash Talk. Right, we're broadcasting in their chat right now too, in their little group, and they're all calling So shout out to the what was it? They got mad at us last time when we were dropping blue cord memes, and they were like, clutching pearls. Oh my god, clutching the pearls because you're talking about the blue cords. Oh no. Oh. Anyways, thank you guys and gals for listening tonight. I appreciate y'all hanging out, and that this is happened without you guys. You guys are our credentials, and you guys are the ones that help us. If like I said, I don't care if there's 100 people or I don't care if there's one person. When we can do a show for you, we try to give you guys and gals the best show we can. Again, I apologize for Monday, but I'm sorry. Family comes first. The little one was sick, and it wasn't feeling one. So aside from that, thank you guys for hanging out, and with that, shots. Night.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Intergalactic horse, and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. And now they say that they've discovered life up there on Mars, so let's blow it all to hell and then claim it for ours. We'll paint the moon red, white, and blue for no other reason than we wanted to. Oh, Jupiter, imagine what you could become. A stupid, pointless planet turned into a giant gun. And Russia, so sorry, have to burst your bubble. Be a good sport now, sit back, relax, and watch us through the hubble as we celebrate the greatness of the United Planet America. Space Force, Space Force. We'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. We'll go to infinity and beyond, beyond. You'll hear all manly voices singing Space Force strong. The critics say sound doesn't travel in space, to which we reply sound will do as we say. Oh, Captain Kirk, your achievements, though notable and fine, as far as we're concerned, this is Deep Space Mine. And big fans, but Lord Vader, step away from the lightsaber. There can only be one, of course. Space Force. Ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, dum, 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 ra-da-da-da-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da, ra-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-dum, dum, 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 dum. Space Force, Space Force. We'll saddle up our intergalactic horse and we'll ride into the sun, yes, into the sun, where we'll take the day by planting a flag right there at its source. Space Force. Space Force.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.